Okay, I got a new tube for this tire. It's flat. It only holds air for about an hour anyhow, and then you're back to putting more air in it, and that's hard on a tire, because you can see just by the 2 times that I made, or the couple hours that I ran it that way, low on air, you can see the wear pattern versus this one. You'd be surprised how quick a flat tire will wear. So we got to get this fixed. See how quick we can get it done, and then I want to get hooked back up to the finisher and go finish fitting bean ground. So let's see what we can do here. Alright, I got all loose. I got all the mud brushed off the side of the tire, brushed off the rim, so don't got to worry about getting any mud inside the tire. Air is obviously already out of it. That problem's taken care of on its own. The only thing I don't get, I don't know why they make, at this day and age, I don't understand why they don't make tractor. They need to make every tractor tire with a pry notch in it. That would make life so much easier. I don't understand why they still make tires without pry notches. But at least it comes apart easy. Just gotta get the back one. gotta jack it back up so I can slide the tire out. I let it down to make it easier to get the tire off. Okay, it took me forever to find the leak. I was starting to get worried that it was something weird, because I knew it wasn't the valve stem, or that, well, I knew it wasn't. I was 100% certain it wasn't the water valve or the Schrader valve, because when you squirted it with Windex, it was bubbling from around the valve stem. It wasn't bubbling here, but I couldn't find the leak. And finally, I had this thing stood up and I was just leaning on it, and apparently whatever I did finally found the hole, because there ain't nothing on the floor would have done it. But there she be, right there. So it's basically, if you stood the tire up, valve stem's gonna be, so it would be the way the tire is now, because I obviously didn't rotate the tire, it would be slightly back toward the back of the tractor and basically in the center. So it would be right in here somewhere. And I have felt all over, and I can't feel anything, and I can't even see a puncture hole. So apparently whatever it was must have stuck in the tire and then went right back out. Because heck if I can find it. And it should be, because the valve stem's right here, and it should be like right here in this area, somewhere in the center of the tire. And if there's something there, I can't feel it. And I don't see any sharp objects rolling around in there like it came through or came all the way through. So I guess I'll sweep out this powder that's laying in here. Shouldn't have to re-talc it because it's plenty slick. And we'll throw the new tube in and call her good. And I might have to call and see, might see if they'll I would assume they still patch tubes, especially tractor tubes, expensive as they're getting. That's a $150 tube. And I wouldn't think that little pinhole would be hard to patch, and if they'll patch tubes, I'll have them patch this one and I'll throw it on the shelf as a spare, because I've got it and ain't no sense in throwing it away if it's only got a couple 100 acres on it. But at least it's not a mounting error, because I was worried that I was going to get it apart and see like a spoon mark or something, or a fold mark where it got wadded up in the bead while it was seating. But nope, just that little guy right there. Well, apparently they stretched a little bit, or well, have stretched a little bit since being on there, because before this one took about the first time around, this one took about 35 pounds to beat up. This time it took about 18, so but we'll let that tube situate itself in there and then run it back up to operating pressure. All right, she's all back together. so far no sounds, so that's good. Got all that back together, and I was going through checking oils and everything, and I noticed my alternator was loose, so I had to fix that, but she's good to go now. So I'm gonna run up and suck up a little go-go juice and get hooked back up to the finisher. And she smeared all over herself. Anyway, yeah, get fuel in it, get hooked up to the soil finisher, and we'll go try to do something productive. All right, we're unfolded, we're here. Let's see what we can get done, and might get stuck, I don't know. We'll see how wet the wet spots are. right, we're done here for the most part. Dad's coming to get me. I'm gonna leave the tractor here tonight because the wet spot up there in the front and the wet spot over there in that backfield are still, even after being broke open for, what did I chisel plow that, 3 days ago? 4 days ago? 3 days ago? Sunday, so yeah, 3.5 days ago now. They're still soaking, I mean, like mud. As dry as everything is, I didn't figure, I mean, I figured they'd still be a little tacky, but I wasn't figuring on mud. Definitely an indicator we got some springs going on out here, but because of that, when the top dries out tomorrow, they're gonna crust over. So before I plant it tomorrow, we're gonna run back over it real quick just to bust them back open so that we're not trying to plant into that crust. That field over there actually didn't work down too bad. I don't know how much you would have been able to see through the dust. I guess I'll find out when I'm editing the video, but the blow sand over there is obviously dry. The grass area that I disced down where the wet spot is, it's still got a wet spot in it. I should be able to get over it with the 66, the drill just fine. It's just this boat anchor. So I got it as level as I could. I kind of had to sneak. I wasn't able to drive across it with the finisher in the ground, so I had to like go along it sideways and kind of sneak the wing over it, and I think I got it. I'll have to look at it tomorrow in the daylight. But yeah, should be ready to plant tomorrow other than a couple touch-up spots, so we will catch you guys tomorrow finishing up planting beans. Alright, got my pickup and the seed wagon here. There's probably only about 4-ish, maybe 5 bags of seed left in the wagon. So I brought some untreated. Hopefully it's enough. The drill is probably 3/4 full yet, so there's plenty in there to get going. So we're gonna grab the white real quick, go back over the wet spots that I want to go back over one more time. My truck can stay here. We'll run the white back. Grab the 66 and the drill, come back, get this planted, and beans will be done. So that's the plan. Okay, I worked around that wet spot out in the back several times. Come on, sod. Get out in the field where you belong. And then I worked basically from here to the driveway, the whole lower part of this hill. One more time. You can see that dark spot right there. That's still wet enough the tractor cuts in. Definitely a spring right there. Gonna be interesting to see, or to farm this field in a wet or in a wet spring. Probably gonna be a few spots you have to go around because you ain't gonna get through them if it doesn't ever dry up. But down in here dried up really nice since last night. Out in the back dried up real nice since last night. It's just that spot right there. So I'm gonna get locked up here and we'll go grab the 66 and the drill. All right, well, I topped the drill off. I guess I should have just done it at the house and I could have avoided bringing the bean wagon down here. I thought there's more in it than what there was, but it's empty now, so we're gonna start over here first and work our way that way. field's done. What do we end up with? 3 1/4. I figured it'd be bigger than that. It sure looks bigger than that. That's got to be more than 3 1/4. There ain't no way. I'd believe 4 1/2, 5. Have to see if I can double check my satellite map of it, but it's got to be more than 3 1/4. That being said, the old replacement worm drive that I got for this thing is not in that great a shape either, so it could be skipping again. But that's got to be more than 3 1/4. I don't know, maybe not. But anyway, let's see what we got. Keep on rolling. Well, it's down to the point where I don't want to have to be stopping every round to check on it, so we'll go ahead and put some more beans in. Going from the wagon back to bags is gonna suck. This is a bag of 2 6s left over from last year that I cleaned out of the drill. At least I think it is. It should be. Guess we'll find out. Yippers. There's even some blue ones in there. Front field's done, little field's done. Just got the back field. I'm gonna run short on beans, so Dad's bringing me 4 more bags, and that should take care of me. So, hopefully we're done before dark. Should be. 7:30 now, so. And with that, 2023 beans are all in the ground, for better or for worse. It's out of my hands now. Couldn't have cut that any closer if I tried. I had one. That guy might have been out of beans for like the last pass, but the monitor didn't go off, so I don't know. Walk forward's getting a little doty. So anyhow, have to see how things look when I get done planting corn. If we haven't got any rain yet, I'm probably gonna run over everything. All the beans that aren't out of the ground are probably gonna get ran over with the Cullen mulcher, and I'll just leave the tines up. But that'll mash everything down into the ground good and kind of pack everything in. And if it does rain, that'll have a firm layer on top so that it doesn't evaporate as quickly. So that's kind of where I'm at, but I want to finish planting corn before I worry too much about it. I mean, it ain't like they're going nowhere. They're either going to sprout or they aren't. This field's going to come up, well, all these little pieces right here in this group are all going to probably come up uneven as hell, because you got spots like that where you're going right into moisture, spots like that where you're going right into moisture, and then you got spots like this whole hill where you got no moisture. So it'll be interesting. Well, what time is it? It's not even 9 o'clock yet. So I'm gonna get packed up here and get on the road, and this is gonna go to Mom and Dad's tonight. And the seed wagon can go back to my house because we're done with it. So I guess that's it for this one. I'll catch you guys on the next one.